everyone, welcome back to Craven Outdoors. Today we're going to do some late winter fishing at Deam's Lake. Stay tuned, you're watching Craven Outdoors. Glad to see y'all again. Got one on a spinnerbait. Yeah. A little bit of decent way to start. Yeah, I started up in this little bay right here. Got a water temperature of 45 degrees. I started with a jig. Water's really murky right now. And that's a good sign though. Got a fish already. I ain't been here about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Got a bass already in the boat. And just 2 days ago we had snow here. So I was afraid that was really gonna mess it up, but it's supposed to be a decent day-to-day weather-wise, so we'll see what happens. Another little spinnerbait here. Not a bad bass here. Not too bad. I've tried jigs, crankbaits, and spinnerbaits. About the only thing I've got anything on is a spinnerbait. I've been slow rolling it. Got water extremely murky. The thermocline's about 3 foot deep. So probably that's what's telling me the thermocline being about 3 foot deep, they're going to be anywhere from 3 foot or shallower today, especially with this water being murky like that. They're probably going to be up shallow today. So, but they're just barely hitting it too. Back up in here in these little bays and stuff, trying to find the warmest water I can find. Fishing where the creeks are coming in and stuff like that. Trying to find a little bit clearer water too, where the water's coming in and the creeks are cleared up a little bit. This time of year is just slow. You just got to fish slow, you can catch a few. Where we're fishing here is just like a bay off the main part of the lake here. So, yeah, in the springtime, I usually look for places like this, fish up into. Points and back of pockets are really good in the spring, so that's where I usually like targeting. or anywhere where there's water running into the lake's a good spot too. Another one. Just like I was saying a second ago, threw right up there where that creek's coming in. You hit it. I think as the day goes on and the sun gets up a little bit, they're going to start biting a little bit. Bull bass. Yeah, but there's a creek that comes in right up here. And I can see stuff under the water up there a little bit too, so that tells me that the water's a little clearer in here. Where that queen of water is coming in from the creek channel. What I'm using here is this is a homemade spinnerbait. You can buy the wire and stuff. You got to bend the wire, but it comes with the head and the wire. And you got, me and my dad used to make these spinnerbaits, but you put the swivels on them, and you can order the blades, and then the skirts come in solid pieces of rubber, the different colors, and you got to tear the strands out, and then just put it on with a wire. So now you put the solid pieces on with the wire, then you just tear the little strands, and yeah, we make our own spinnerbaits. They work good. Caught a lot of fish on them over the years. Oh, another one. There's quite a few. I've got 3 bites up in this little spot up here today. This is my 4th fish. We're getting something figured out here. They're liking these spinnerbaits. Like I said, it's been thrown out there, just really just slow rolling it, and they're not really thumping it, or they're just kind of just laying on it. Like, they're not really being very aggressive when they strike it. They're just kind of like, all of a sudden you just feel like a dead weight, and you set the hook and he's there. So I think as this sun comes up, it gets a little warmer today, that they're going to start biting pretty good, hopefully. Get this lake to warm up a little bit. Like I said, just 2 days ago we had snow here, and then we had temperatures down in the teens at nighttime. So it got really chilly. You can catch them when it's cold, just fish slow. Fishing this lake, fishing Deam's Lake here in the springtime, that's actually my favorite time of year to fish this lake. It's probably one of the best spring lakes around here. Good lake to fish in the springtime. Got a good one here. Yeah, that's a nice bass there. Look at this one. Man, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a big one there. Good grief. Come off the end of that tree. That's a nice one there. Right on top of the head too. He wasn't coming off. It's a nice bass there. Let's see, measure him and see how long he is. Just curious. Seven, 17-inch bass. That's a nice fish. Yeah, the spinnerbait's the lure of the day. Got One on the Strike King Bitsy minnow. Little bass. And I came back over to this little bay. The wind's blowing right into it. That's always another thing too in the springtime. Always, fish places where the wind's blowing right into it, because that's always seems to be a good spot. Pushes the bait, fish in there. Frogs are going crazy up in here. Spring's in the air, that's for sure. I could sit here all day and listen to these frogs. But when I put the boat in this morning, the water was 45.5 degrees, and it's warmed up. It's almost 49 degrees in this little bay. So definitely a little bit warmer in here. There he is. Caught another one. Yep, on that little Bitsy minnow crankbait. Little bass. Got little spots on him there. Pretty cool. Yeah, fishing. All this is just a little flat in here. I figured once the sun gets up, we'll start biting a little bit better. Yeah, usually in the springtime you don't have to go real early in the morning like you do in the summertime. Actually, the afternoon bite's generally better anyway in the spring than in the morning. There, oh, that's had a thump. Hit that. Definitely was a fish. Thrown up in there, and I've gotten 2 strikes, and he's missed it. It's not be a very big fish. They're definitely getting more active this afternoon. Oh, just had another thump. Hopefully we won't hit that. He came right off the end of that treetop right there. Just brought that crankbait through there real slow and bumped that limb, and he nailed it. Little bass. They're so pale right now because the water's been so murky here. They're cold too. Like touching an ice cube. A little spinnerbait here. Back of this pocket. Yeah, just let the wind drift me back in here real slow. Back here where this creek comes in. Yeah, they're starting to move up shallow. That's a good sign. Back here where this creek comes in. Nice bass there. One on a lipless crankbait here. With a creek channel here. Little bass. Yeah, the creek channel comes right out here. Actually caught him going up into the creek channel. Man, he was coming off. What we got here is a little creek channel coming in to the lake here. If we can get up in it a little bit. Yeah, the water. You can see the water is clear right here. Yeah, the water's almost 53 degrees up in here. It's almost 3 degrees warmer than the lake. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video here on Today on Deam's Lake. We did a little late winter / early spring fishing today. Had a pretty good day really out here, considering the waters started out at 45 degrees and it's up about 50 now. Caught them on a few on a crankbait, caught them on a spinnerbait mainly. water being murky like it, had a pretty good day out here. I just want to say, you know, we are so blessed as Americans to be able to come out here and have these places to go to, you know, just go all these places to hunt and fish. You know, a lot of people take things for granted in this country and stuff like that, but we are truly blessed to be Americans and have the freedom that we have to be able to come out here to these places and do what we want when we want. And never forget that, you know, it's a blessing, and it's an honor to be an American. You know, we thank you so much for watching this video, and I call you blessed in Jesus' name, and I'll see you on the next video.